When I saw they wasn't bringing nothing, I was like, let me spice this shit up. Girl, what you doing over there? You said this. Oh, you don't like to be called out. That upsets you. Now you don't want to fuck with me. Okay, I'm sorry. Still respect you though. You a black king walking, honey. Keep doing what you do.
Welcome back to another episode of KII CARRY, where we key
and we carry
the tea for today.
This is the tea for today. Oh, it's about to go down today.
I'm Troy.
I'm Damon.
Yes, and we are back with another review for the Shit We Do for Love, part 2 of the reunion.
Hey, so present Damon, we went into this video with the intentions on reviewing the second part of the reunion, but this actually just turned into an interview. So let us know in the comments if you want an actual in-depth interview. If you want an actual in-depth review from us for the second part of the reunion, because this is basically just an interview.
The season is over.
Sis, you're over. What? Which one is open?
It's over.
But before we give our thoughts on the reunion, and we do have a very, very special guest for you guys, so you definitely don't miss that.
Definitely
we have comment questions. Yes. So our comment is from Nene, and her comment reads as follows. Shout out to the girl Nene.
Yeah,
always
shout out to
so
Nene.
active in the comments, always showing so much support.
Always.
But, her comment reads as follows. I agree, Ty was definitely best dressed, and I loved his outfit. Actually been trying to find myself a pair for months, and I'm here for it. You know I love a pair of white go-go boots. A pair of white boots in general. I'm here for it. Girl, go get you them boots.
Treat yourself.
But if you want your comment to be read and you want us to respond to your comment, definitely leave one below.
Co-host thoughts on the Shit We Do for Love season 2 reunion part 2.
Like, I don't...
Getting tired now, though, to me. In the beginning, I was like, okay, it's cool, ha.
I thought it was a little more interesting because they brought Timmy, and, you know, Timmy was like, you know, kind of in a lot of drama.
This is the most ghetto shit I've ever seen in my life.
Hearing that damn furniture crunch, like...
And Noel screaming in the goddamn background, bitch.
Just to be brutally honest, I just don't feel like this was a strong season for the show. But hopefully they can, you know, learn from the things that they've learned from the experience that they had this season and do another season.
Okay, yes, I agree. I said this reunion was just a little bit more, it was more entertaining than part 1. Just the fight was hilarious to me as well. It was entertaining. And then just D'Angelo's facial expressions throughout the reunion.
And I can see how it could be perceived in another way, but I just think it was just him stating his preference.
Fuck, I cannot stand this puta.
So stick around for our very, very special guest. We'll be back after this very, very short commercial break. Thank you for joining us, Noel. We are so excited to have you on the show. We loved you this season. Yes. Like, we absolutely loved you this season. Like, the energy.
You. I loved me too.
Just how goofy. Before we actually get into like this season and like this reunion, how was this season for you? Like, was this the first, I guess, like web series or first time you've recorded for a show like this?
First time recording, yes. Actually, no. My apologies. If you go to my YouTube, you'll see like a small little like whatever throw together project, but it was titled "Keeping Up the Brand." But for the last 5 years, like I've been blessed to kind of like, you know, see like certain people like executives and fucking like award-winning like producers and kind of shadow that and kind of like really learn behind like what reality is, what people are looking for. And my best friend, Mikkel, your pussy man or pussy monster.
Pussy monster.
Your pussy monster. He's been my right hand man the whole way. So it's like we've been fortunate to like have discussions with MTV. We've been fortunate to have discussions with BET. were aiming for the, E Entertainment, but we didn't get there. But we got the Fox and we got the Kevin Hart. But I don't know. It's been something that's fun, something that I love.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people on these shows have this like air about them where they feel like they have to come in and be like, I'm that bitch, like I'm this, I'm that. And I just feel like there's not a lot of humility and there's not a lot of like self-awareness. And I feel like you kind of came to this show with some of that, where you weren't afraid to like, be goofy or be weird or, like be out there. But I feel like everybody else just feels like they have to like, be like, portray themselves to be like this like perfect person. So I think that that's like a really interesting aspect that you brought to the show.
That is so refreshing. And I think it's because I am different, A lot of these boys are seasoned Atlanta, they've been seasoned in the scene, they've been seasoned outside the scene. Now they're on this show as the rejections of chasing reality. And, they're really sweet. They're really sweet creatures and they're really sweet boys. There's no beef, but I really came in not focused on them, but more so focused on Kevon. I think that Kevon, he's the utmost like pioneer in this, chasing reality, chasing Atlanta. It's been proven. We have to congratulate the success and the longevity of that show, especially for people like us, because we were getting for 5 years.
I know we kind of spoke about how when we first heard about the premise of the show, we kind of thought it would be a little more date oriented. It would be more structured. It would be less kind of like friend groups, kind of like chasing Atlanta. How did you see the show going and how do you see it going forth?
So honestly, I'll give you a little story on how I ended up on the show and how that came about. So I was going through Instagram. Now, let me tell you, we created concepts to pitch for development for network TV. So when the energy and the time and the effort and the creativity behind that means so much more than what, we're getting shown right now, because these are independent artists. Right. You know what I mean? So out of respect, I didn't really watch it. The year I moved, like a couple of months before I moved to Atlanta, I was told about chasing Atlanta. And I was like, I'll give it a look. Watched it and was like, I don't know. The editing a little drawn out is, it's not consistent on where it needs to be, but I see where they're trying to go. And so I tapped into it because it was still relatable at the end of the day, And so it was relatable. So I watched it and I was just like, you know what? This is actually a good show. Dipped away from the gay scene. So really didn't have an interest in, any of this. Didn't really watch it, resume it. So I ended up going through my separation and I had like the craziest, most depressing summer last summer. So
you were actually married. Like you were like, yes. You were, like legally married.
Let me clear this up. So I say married because I'm a very extravagant person when it comes to like, my lingo.
Yeah.
But we went and got the marriage license signed. So like I have footage of us out there, raising our right hand, signing the paperwork or whatever. Okay. We decided not to go. And I think this was God, honestly. But we decided not to go downstairs where the priest was because it was already like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock is the closing time. Mm-hmm. And so we were like, you know what, we know somebody that can sign and we'll just send it back. We'll do it. Went about it, asked a couple of people. People was like, no, I don't know. And I'm like, I know somebody that told me they could sign a marriage license if it ever came down to it. So I'm searching, can't find nobody. We didn't go down there that day to get it signed. We never got it signed. So it was God's blessing. Cause I told my family, I was like, you know what? Cause we knew we were going to have to do it. It was going to get done. We didn't know it was a 30-day expiration period. So we were knocking on Fox's door to see if we could fucking do it. During the process of doing that, so we've developed everything, got the whole fucking 1 page ready and everything. And I'm trying to convince Kel, because we were looking for a second person and fast, just to put it in motion and visual. And I was begging Kel, hey, you know what? We're so good at this. Come on, we have an amazing friendship. We'll do. And he always said no. He said no. He never, ever, out of every concept that we have created, he has said no out of him being in front of the camera. And I really had to convince him to do this one. Like the first scene where I'm introduced into the show, episode 5, which is also the most viewed episode of the season. And it's the first episode to get us over 10,000 a week. The girls were struggling before me.
Okay, come on, credentials.
So,
come on,
because it's like at the end of the day, it's entertainment. And I feel like some people have stepped outside of the respect of that. We're here to entertain. The younger people that reach out to me, they'll be like, I love you. I just woo, whatever. That's what it means. It's not this beefing over long drawn out stuff that really don't matter. Girl, if it's your man, go suck his dick. Stop worried about who else talking about his dick. Like, why does it matter? Do you worry about the next bitch that be like, your relationship ain't real? Like, right, like, come on. It's like, if it's not true, like, I've never been a bitch to worry about other bitches, especially when I got a man. Now, when I ain't got no man, you know I ain't got no man. I'm in everybody's shit. But if I gotta, I ain't about to be worried about all that extra stuff. Y'all could think it's fake if you want to, honey. He's catching it.
So did you plan to be on? So did you plan to be behind the scenes, or you just didn't want to do it alone? Like you knew you were going to be on the
I wanted to do it in front of the camera. But I quit this show like 80 million times and asked Yvonne, can I just quit and just not do this? I'll be full-time production. He doesn't want that.
I see why.
He gets paid for these videos, so he can't stick with the people that's not really pulling it. You know, you stick with the quiet ones who don't got to go on Instagram Live every week to talk about the same old shit.
Well, you know,
it's just kind of like you trust. And during the season, it was just so hard because nobody wanted to put in the work. I know what comes behind the show. I know where the show can go. So I'm trying to pull in the work. I'm production. I'm field producer. I'm making sure. Well, I'm just making sure that the overall package is good for the audience, and it's good because I don't want to be a part of something none of us getting paid for that everybody has stated so obvious. So it's like you make these choices with intent. You know, you don't make these choices for the clout. You don't make these choices for all of that stuff because the intent is what drives the determination factor. So I came into this determined for it to be a great show. Now, what I got back, whatever. But I also made some faults because half of the crazy times that y'all saw me going crazy, I was drunk off of liquor, zero food. So you see my energy change towards the end of the season because I learned my lesson. And so, because I literally was thinking of it as I came into this group, instantly got along with everybody. We're hee ha ha, and still stuff is just like whatever. But I'm like, it's TV. If you say it on camera, we got to keep talking about these things on camera. We push it out. So when that happened, it was just I just instantly realized, oh no, this is draining. This is more than TV for them. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh gosh. Because, my thing is we could be work friends. I got a lot of work friends.
You know how I know that that's true? A lot of times when they're arguing, they'll say, oh, you wanted to do this in front of the camera. You didn't want to do this like off camera. You tried to do this on camera. And it's like, isn't that the point? Like, isn't it the point is to be on camera? Why would you have the conversation off camera? Like they take it seriously because they're like, oh, like you want to talk to me off camera. And it's like, no, like this is your life. If you're going to be on a reality show, like that is what it is. Like, so
thank you. And let me break this down. Kevon is a one-man show. He has his boyfriend, Jalen. Jalen's amazing. Kevon and Jalen have been working together to push out this season the best that they can with the amount of content that they have. Because mind you, it's a 2-person crew managing 7 individual men. Gay men at that. That's a lot. So, scenes this season structurally would have exceeded everybody's expectations. But it's just the fact of you got a bitch who's coming to film a show for free from a whole 2 states away. You got her boyfriend who's trying to meet her halfway for these lives. You got, you just got all these characters moving, but no characters are moving in front of the camera. And so me, Timmy, I called Tyvon one time for that lunch. Mm-hmm. I think we had somebody as an assistant working on production, but she dropped the ball in communicating that scene to him. So I had to call him immediately once me, Kevon, Jalen, we there. And I'm like, yo, can you make it? Woo-doo-woo. And mind you, I'm trying to get her and Timmy to be cool and be chill. And so she's like, yeah, I'm at my friend's house. I'm actually in Midtown. I'm down the street. I'll put on a shirt, get up there. So I'm like, that's the type of energy I like. We got a show to do. This is work at the end of the day. So I'm happy, you know, everybody happy. I got Timmy coming, so I know regardless of the reaction, it was gonna be good. It was gonna be funny, you know, which it was. You know, that girl was like, what? And I really expected to tell her, but I kind of forgot. You see, I lost my train of thought a couple seconds ago. You know, so it's like a cute man walk across the street. I'm focused on that man and not the conversation. You know, I mean, I live in my reality.
I have a question for you, Noel. We have to talk about the infamous, the most iconic, the pink wig scene.
No stiff bitch.
No, none of that.
Shake bitch.
What?
Yeah.
All that.
This is the one I wore, and this is my most. And mind you, the background, you asked about the background. All the glasses are Apollo by Ferguson. It's kind of like giving you the whole vibes. And so this is the wonderful original. I haven't renamed her for the season yet. Everybody hates her, but I really think this is like the utmost party wig. You throw this bitch on when you want to make some bitches mad or make them mad. Like this wig was intentional. I was like, you know what? They saying they ain't got no issue with me in this text message. We ain't got no issue. So I'm gonna act like we ain't got no issue. And I was like, and if they want to address it, I'll go take the wig off, come back and address it. But we're gonna have fun at this event. I'm trying to have a housewife type of scene. Let's ha ha. We have to get to know each other. It's not about the beef. The show is now focused on season 2 is about relationships, your relationships amongst your friendships. We're the individuals that were picked to film, where majority of our cast has a friendship, which is amazing. But it's like you can't go nowhere with that. Y'all clearly weren't busting views with that. So you got to do what works amongst the show. You know, everything ain't got to be taken personally. I didn't say shit that was like offensive. You know what I mean? Like the shit y'all say to me, the girls accused me of doing coke. And so it was like, I was just like, okay. And I moved forward. It ain't true. But it's like, once you say something about them, they can't just be like, oh, it's just not true. I'm gonna move forward with it. It's just like, oh my God, it's great. And they want you to, and then you apologize in every scene. They want you to apologize again and again and again. And it's like, girl, at this point, you just gonna get rudeness from me. At this point, you gonna get, and they know my energy is very much on camera and off camera. They take that OG title seriously. You don't get the OG title until you complete 4 seasons, sweetie. That's why Kim Zolciak stayed, honey, and left her for a season behind the scenes tea. I know it all. And I just moved to the city. So it's like they keep fucking disrespecting me. I gave y'all the views. Be grateful. Stop trying to, y'all, then they try to attack my femininity. And it's like, D'Angelo, you trying to switch your hair up. You tried to dye your hair blonde and it went bronze. You was wearing hats all season with rags and do-rags and robes. Girl, I was giving fake jewelry and flamboyantness. Entertainment. It's about being yourself. Stop envying other people and be yourself. And that's what's her whole issue with me all season. She hated that I was a part of production. She admitted it after the reunion. I pulled her aside. I said, you know what? Because I filmed the scene with the boyfriends. I was asked where they were in front of the camera. I was filming. Asked when they were during our breaks, rearranging the set because we had 5 cameramen that dropped out. Asked what me and Kevon were doing, figuring out camera angles to adapt to our new fucking setup because we had to knock this fucking reunion out.
So what was his issue with that?
Disrespecting the reunion.
Well, no, with you being a part of the production, what made him upset about that?
None of us know. Damien doesn't know. Timmy doesn't know. Everybody, nobody knows. He told me that he felt like I was getting scenes cut, and I'm like, sis. He barely edited the episodes. Me and Kevon laugh about it because I call Kevon every week, cussing him out. Why is this like this, Kevon? He's sick of me. But Kevon's like a little brother. I love him. Like I've invested at the beginning. I have love for him now. He's amazing at what he does, regardless of what y'all get. So it's like, tell me which other new series have come out and been able to hit the market the on your second season, except for G Status. But we don't get G Status views. He just started promoting on his own network. He just had to build those 10,000 views, subscribers. He's putting in the work behind it. So everybody's complaining about things they don't know about. They don't know that this man is spending hours on hours until fucking 7:30 getting the fucking episode up on YouTube. And maybe piss poor preparation promotes piss poor pain, and piss poor pain promotes piss poor performance. We don't know. But at the end of the day, he's willing to learn. He's willing to figure it out. And I'm here standing by him regardless. I don't give a fuck 10 toes down. People can hate the season. They can hate me. But guess what? The views are coming in because of me.
I feel like
everything you get in Little Ho is because of me.
Hey, like Shit We Do for Love is newer than all the other Chasing reality stuff. And then I also feel like when you look at the cast of Chasing Atlanta versus the cast of the Shit We Do for Love, like no shade, but the Shit We Do for Love, y'all kind of tame. Like a lot of them are just very chill, very, high and by, whereas Chasing Atlanta, they will give you that personality, and I think it's because it's more so like
because of the platform,
right?
It's only because of they geared that platform towards a housewives aesthetic, but it went very love and hip hop,
right?
And it stays true to that brand. It's created a brand for himself, just because those girls were trying to come and figure it out with the producers, for the first time. So it was like it created that for itself. That's why he wanted to attack this baby different. He didn't want to go off of a chasing type of thing. And so it was the Shit We Do for Love. The first season, it was a dating show, but it was like, damn, if you're going to do a dating show, I was expecting for the cast to be 100% different. The second season, because I thought, you was picking random gays in the city, batching them up. I just got out of a relationship. I was like, okay, whatever. But the exposure will be fun.
See, that's what I thought it should have been. It should have been a show like have you seen Married at First Sight? Like a show like that, like where it's like, I mean, obviously that they're not gonna marry y'all, but they're gonna put you
It'll be like
in
a Tinder, for reality,
right? And then like
somebody needs to get that.
Listen, on KII CARRY,
free gems. I'm giving free gems. Free gems. We dropping them.
What's the deal with
Nothing.
Damien?
Nothing.
Well,
Damien is a sweetie pie.
So so who set the date up? Did production set the date with you two up, or did you? Because it just kind of like cut to y'all like going on this date. You're like, Damien hit me up, and we were just like hanging out, and I was like, wait, how did this come about?
So the thing with me and Damien is, at the brunch was when we first met for the first time. We was kicking it. Like, mind you, everybody know I'm cool. They really want to fuck with me, but I don't fuck with them because it's the stress is unnecessary. Even if we friends, I'm just gonna tell you. I've been telling Timmy this whole time. Stay quiet. Just let everybody just talk. Drain the noise out. Stay quiet. Because who really listening? You work in a world of heteros. Well, we're not picked up yet. So I was just like, it's not that serious. Don't waste your energy on it. Your cleaning business is doing good. You hustling, like you trying to do whatever. Don't let the demons push you away from where God has destined you to go. Because they will try to get in there and deter you and push you off that route, because your blessing was right before that moment you snapped and was like, bitch, I'm about to fuck you up. You know what I mean? So I applaud to me for keeping his cool all season, because he's been dry. I couldn't even hold water through my mouth or my hand, So but this punani is where it like splash splash. But
I cannot.
He hit me up after lunch on Instagram, and he was just like, yo, what's up? And I was like, what's good? We started talking, building a friendship. He was like, I'm coming to your daughter dog party, and I'm like, it's birthday party, not dog party. Don't dress her as a dog. That's Nyla.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, you come to Nyla's birthday party. And he was like, yeah. So we started talking, and it became like an everyday thing, especially throughout the duration. Like, we've been filming this shit. Filming started in September. We didn't end until April 20th, to be exact. That's when we shot our finale. So me and Damien have been really, really tight. We've never fucked. We've kissed. I kissed him in Savannah when I was on that Tito's, honey. Travis was right. That Tito's is a hit.
Tito's, hey.
But the girls are trying to bust it all open, but I didn't. But I did kiss him, and me and Damien are good. It
was a peck?
He knew from the very jump. No.
Oh, it was a kiss. It was the end of.
I wanted to kiss him. He's a good kisser.
Okay.
I tried to kiss him in the car. We was kissing in the car. I mean, that was just all. But once we got to Atlanta, it was like, hey,
like,
how you doing? Okay.
So, I mean, it's a dating show. So when you got introduced to these men, like, how did you feel? Like, I don't know. I know when I'm coming into a group, I'm like, especially if it's like, if romance is in question, I'm like, ooh, who's that? Like, so did you feel like attracted to anybody, or did you think like, oh, maybe I'll go on a date with this person? Like,
Okay.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble.
No, that's funny. Kevon just called me just now. I had to hang up on his call. See,
he knows something about to happen. He like, got a call.
She's spilling all the tea.
Don't say
Stop
nothing.
Like, look, closing the door on PR. Get out. I have to do this. You know, take it real nostalgic. Early 2000s.
Yes.
Leave Britney alone.
Yes.
But no. So I felt like I was being disrespected. Because I didn't come into that was October we filmed that scene. And I had been casted instantly. You know, the weekend when we was expected to get calls come in, I got my call, which was expected because they wanted me to come to that party at the very beginning. And the spirit just said, no, honey. It said, stay with your cousins and get drunk. Yeah. You know, stay with your cousins and get drunk. You know, I'm a Uber girl, you know.
Lord knows.
I'm a Uber girl. So I was already drunk and I was like, I'm not about to go there. Something happened. And then I'd be like, So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay home, you know, and get drunk with them, and we're gonna family bond like the fucking Kardashians. So I'm with my cousin's chicken, whatever. So throughout the time I was casted to the moment I met them, like there was so much work that went into making this season great. But honestly, y'all, you cannot, what's the word when you cannot depend on people? You know, and that's within storyline. Damien had another storyline he was supposed to do. The person that he had with that fell out, you know, and it was an ex-relationship. So he saw interest in me. We saw interest in each other. We had until we realized we just real good kikiers. And it was just that, you know. So I came into it and I was like, okay, it took me forever. You know, I'm very impatient. So I'm like, we supposed to be filming the show. I'm ready to work. I ain't got time to, like, my spirit kept saying, we ain't got to film for 6 months. We can knock this out in 3 months if everybody puts in the time. Like, everybody knows the benefit of this. It's exposure. If we're not getting paid, that's the only way we're getting paid. Right. You know? Until it becomes toxic. Because, I mean, you get exposed every day. You know, it's Atlanta. You walk into a movie. I literally walk across the street into movie sets all the time. Smack dab in Midtown. Like, it's Atlanta. It's the city of movies. So it's like, and Black things and other things. But, yeah, so it's just like, you know, the exposure is great, but ultimately, since we all doing it, it's free on our time, it's free on our budget. Put work into it at least, you know? Just care a little bit. Well, everybody's a friend to Kevon. And that's one thing that I saw an issue with from the beginning. It wasn't what they was doing amongst the cast, it was what was happening in production. Like, nobody was giving him like the respect as a friend, but everybody wanted to party with Kevon. Everybody wanted to be on his live. Everybody wanted, you know, make it seem like, you know, they buddy, you know, we best friends. I got the exclusive, but nobody was helping this man build a show. Then nobody was trying to be a friend to him. Nobody was really trying to help him build this show, but me, but Timmy, but Tyvon when he could, you know, before he went back to Virginia. Damien was even trying to help. But it was like the scenes he had planned with Ra, they was blaming each other for it canceling. Then it was like he reached out to D'Angelo, and D'Angelo apparently told him what they're gonna talk about on camera. But then all the scenes y'all see with the 3 of them together, that's all after cast trip. Those are all filler scenes. That you filmed. That's why people had different hair. Like when y'all saw me in the final episode with my short hair, and I look like a fucking Whitney Houston brat star with glasses. Honey, that scene was shot literally, like, I'll tell you the continuality behind it. It was the cast trip in Savannah. Then it was me and Damien, because I cut my hair for that because I wanted to take it out. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to do one more style before I take it out. Took it out and filmed the scene with Ra and D'Angelo. Then switched it up, and then we did the dinner scene at what's it called? And that's another thing the girls don't like me for. D'Angelo don't like me for, is the fact that I keep changing my hair. She's complained to production about it. Who's production?
Oh.
She was upset that I did the finale. And I'm just like, girl, this was for benefit. That's why they didn't come to serve. They didn't come for the purpose of the scene. They came to have the conversation. And then every time we get to a scene to have conversations, then it's, I don't know you. I don't have nothing to talk about. I don't do. So when I'm losing my wig and my shits, because it's like y'all bitches ain't gonna make it seem like I'm going crazy because all y'all bitches acting in delusion. That's a spirit. That's a sin. Confusion is a sin. That is an act of the devil. I don't operate in confusion. I operate in communication. That's why I'm always talking and trying to make these bitches make sense of each other. But sometimes I get conflicted because I make a mess myself. So. So it's like, you know, it makes good entertainment. But when it comes to just the respect of the game, respect of the hustle, and the fact that I'm a fucking producer, stop fucking breaking fourth wall. Stop mentioning production. Stop blaming everything that you intentionally own your shit. Talk about it. Move forward. Because at the end of the day, the show has to evolve in order for it to stay atop. So if we're not evolving within the cast, we're not evolving at all. Drop a gem on you bitches. Be grateful for me. Y'all hate me so much, but y'all want me to stay. No, we all should stay. Of course, I bring the ratings and I bring the fucking humor. And y'all enjoyed me in real life. Stop playing with me. This is why I just can't do it. Y'all saw that little thing they did on live yesterday. I just couldn't do it. I needed to talk about this with people who just needed to understand. Because you jump in a talking pool with them, we're going to be yelling over each other. People going to be lying. And it's like, what is going to evolve from it? The fact that y'all bitches will sit there, y'all got to continuously say y'all don't fuck with somebody just to show it. Bitch, I ain't got to say I don't fuck with you. Y'all bitches ain't around me. Timmy, the only real motherfucker that's on this motherfucking platform, honestly. He ain't did nothing different than everybody else. It's just crazy. I'm sorry. It's an interview, but it's also a speech, bitch, because I'm very direct. And I know you bitches are watching. They watch every move I fucking do.
At KII CARRY, like
all the goddamn smoke,
right? All of it.
Because everybody be trying to play me pussy, and I'm not no pussy ass nigga at the end of the day. So it's like they be cheating over here, cheating over there. Bitch, put some respect on my name, because at the end of the day, y'all not doing nothing because y'all too busy talking about me and if I should come back to a show I don't get paid for.
Well, on that note, Troy, I know you had a question. You know,
wow.
maybe that could be, de-escalated,
Next question.
I need to executive produce this motherfucker. It's, because I love the concept. I love Kevon. I'm just tired of the fans fucking disrespecting him, talking about the fucking set and shit. And it's like, y'all don't know what goes behind this shit. Them bitches created $2,000 worth of damage because a bitch in a motherfucking Lion King motherfucking makeup and hair decided that she wanted to be pussy and swing on a motherfucker and miss and get her ass beat. As the bitch who I was bleeding internally.
I have a question about that, but I'll let Troy ask his question.
Yes. So my question was so
Pete,
was
my
there
avenue, bitch, what's up? I'm sorry. I just had to make that clear just in case the bitch thought there was nothing that came behind it.
Oh wow.
I cannot wait to edit this. I cannot wait. Honestly. I'm so excited.
Honey.
Baby.
Okay. The reaction gifts, they come in.
Let me prepare myself. Let me get myself together. Yes. But okay, so was there like a truce made after the lunch where I guess Redacted spritzed everybody with mace, or was that the first time you guys saw each other?
Oh, I'm sorry, not you. You're not a bitch. It was just the bitch at the fact that she was like she didn't spritz nobody. She sprayed the air and it got on everybody. That's why it never got on me. Bitch, if you're gonna be pussy, you better shoot me between my eyes, bitch, if you gonna kill me. Best believe that. And it's like that's why I threw the water on her. I wanted to smoke. I was ready to roll her peanut butter and jelly ass up and down that street. We gotta get her toasty. Like a motherfucking skid mark on the road, bitch.
That's why I knew
Joey
she wasn't.
Let me go.
I knew he wasn't macing anybody because I'm like, you can't just be spraying it out. Everybody knows you gotta spray it directly or it's gonna get in your eyes too. Like
it's just so whack, man. It's so whack. But bitches swear they gonna beat everybody up in the confessional. It's like I tried her twice. I tried her at Nala Dog Party too. Y'all don't even know I touched her 2 times.
Well,
touch. And she ran away. That's why she kept running. And then let's clear that up. Wasn't our first time having a conversation, was our first time physically meeting. She showed up to my daughter's dog party 10 minutes before we decided to wrap up the scene. So she came there to work, obviously, because you didn't come there for my daughter. Tyvon is the only person that brought a toy for Nyla, a present. And Antonio and D'Angelo brought their puppy. But Rara didn't show up. He said he had work, or he actually told me he forgot. And he was like, oh yeah, I forgot. So he might try to lie and say he was at work making money, honey, but that's a lie. Even though he do work like 20 hours a week. I'm sorry, a day. He does have he works, so what's it called? And I love Rara. I just hate where we're at right now. I do. Because I feel like he's disrespecting me in the worst way. And I never have disrespected Rara.
Ooh. This interview is lit. So
because like I said, I'm talking about it. Y'all want to do a review on the season, and I can't talk about them bitches because as y'all saw, as I was drunk with that wig on, they yell over people, so you stumble over your words. They tried to do that attack at the reunion with Timmy, and that's why he was like, "Can't y'all fucking let me talk?" That's why you kept seeing me. I'm going to be here very stern in my demeanor because they'll slip you up if they think that you slurred in some way. And it's an attack mechanism. That's why they like to do it in packs. That's why the scenes are always them getting bowdy in packs. Then we couldn't start the reunion until D'Angelo friends got there. She wouldn't allow it. She was scared. That's why she told Timmy when he was like, "Girl, I will break you." She said, I got 10 people here. And it was like, but you talk about slapping people. You tried to throw a clothes hanger at me. Look at the season finale on like the last couple clips of us being in that room. You see that bitch flinching. All I did was throw a Dorito bag at her. You know that don't go far. So it was like, and I'm on the other side of the room. And I'm just like, girl, we catch you bitches we catch y'all slacking on camera. Y'all filming the show, y'all denying slacking on camera, and we catching you in it. That's how I knew I fit in at. I said, oh, I see how they do their friendships with this boy that's stressing his ass out right now, trying to make a show. Because his manlyhood depends on this. This is how he gets his check. This is how he pays his bills. Right. So they gave y'all that lackluster content in the beginning of the season, and then where did that go? So it's just like, I knew exactly. I said, oh, it'll be easy just to call these girls out. I spotted it at the fucking, my story has been consistent every time. They were talking about that boy, and we even probably got it on camera. We could pull it out in the archive. Tavon in the trailer, y'all see Tavon look at me like, whoo. That's because they spilled the tea, and I turned at the other camera and was like, oh. Because it was like, why the fuck? This is filming. Like, you're filming, so it's intentional what you say. It's intentional what you do if you're not operating outside of your reality. You're intentionally putting this girl's business to the table for it to be discussed in some way. You intentionally did this every episode just to act like you were sad about it and cried about it, and you weren't watching the same show as your supposed friend. But y'all on Instagram Live acting like y'all fucking with each other. But see when the last time they hung out. You know, it's like, we have to start asking. I'm a person that's all about concrete. That's why I challenge them to live in their reality. Rara, he's starting to become more feminine on the scene because I'm more feminine. And so now he's apologizing for his femininity and trying to attack me at the reunion like he wasn't just asking me which shoe to wear. Notice in my photos, he had on Nikes. Notice on the reunion, he had on boots. He went around asking. We had a whole conversation. He attacked me at the fucking reunion. And after them bitches fought is when everybody went home. But we all stayed, like some of us stayed and cleaned up. And the show, like when I tell you, if they just removed their egos and what they thought reality was, and maybe y'all need to, this is what y'all need to do for your next review on something. Give the people an episode of a housewife franchise. Does every girl want to be a housewife? The girls want to be Nene. They want to be Portia. They want to be Sheree. They want to be all these people but themselves. My fans love me for Noel.
I was going to say that. I think that's a really important thing to note. Like, I feel like everybody comes on these shows mimicking other people, and it's like, be yourself. Don't be Nene or Kenya because they're too busy being them. They already have that.
We said that when we first started this review, like when we first started reviewing like I believe the season 2 of G Status, like a lot of these personalities come on kind of imitating other personalities that they kind of grew up watching, and it's not authentic. Like we said, we've seen people try to be like the New York, and there's already a New York. So just be yourself because you more likable when you're authentic.
Right.
Yeah. And for the girls that's acting like, let's clear this up. That girl bought that feature on Cameo where you pay the celebrity $135 to say exactly what you want them to say, and you send it to them.
Yeah.
Ask her where the review is. Ask her where the interview is. Tell her to call her. Call a manager. We got to stop putting out these false narrations of ourselves. We are gay men, and we are able to embrace as many faces as we fucking want to. And as much as we continue to disrespect our community, we're disrespecting the people that actually could see the shit in a better way. Because it's like, you're not giving us our true selves. You're shorting us. Stop being these fucking women on fucking basketball. Be yourself. Shit. Drink a little. Hee hee ha ha. Show up. I'm drinking water. Water.
You mentioned
be yourself.
You mentioned how, I guess, you know, Ryan had said some slick things about you being feminine. This, I guess, is when y'all were into it. Like, so how did you?
But he apologized for his squeals. I don't feel any type of way, because at the end of the day, it's like, you apologize for embracing yourself and who you are and your different parts of you, but you want to down me. That's only a miserable person.
No.
And due to the fact that that's why I kept dancing around Rah-Rah the whole time. I could have easily called him out on his shit. I was briefed on every cast member coming into this motherfucker. I knew his mother had passed away. My ex, that was the demise of our relationship. You know, we held on for a good time after that, and it was simply amazing. But in all truth, you can't hide from the truth. That's why I'm like, live your truth so you ain't got to hide from it later. Because in 30 years, you think you're making all these money moves, but in 30 years, I don't see no investment properties where the money really at. You know, it's just things. You wearing all this floss and this woo, but it's like, well, sweetie, what is it gonna look like in 40? You know, so it's like, it's okay to embrace where you are. It's okay to embrace where you at. I started from zero. I'm in motherfucking Midtown, not because I did want to be in Midtown because it was intentional. We were moving from South Downtown. I wanted to move to Midtown because my office is in Midtown. And so I needed somewhere, and I have a dog. We separated, split up the dogs. So I needed somewhere where she could feel comfortable walking, because living in a loft South Downtown, honey, it's like the homeless community. You walk outside that building, it's nothing but homeless population and employee workers, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, you know? So it's whatever, you know, but I started from zero. I needed to start off from zero. I broke that relationship off because I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't fool myself. I couldn't allow myself to not know every part of me because I wanted to fit this happiness or this image of being in a relationship. And I damn sure wasn't about to join some show about a relationship, talking about I want to be in a relationship. Now I'm an open person, and I'm sorry, y'all. Everybody calling me after this. I'm like, you there? What the fuck?
Blowing up. Like,
okay. So it's like I started from zero. I had to make myself happy. I couldn't live that life anymore. I wanted to see what it was like on the other side. I moved to Atlanta to pursue the hustle. I hosted in that relationship, and I applaud myself for this. I hosted an Emmy-winning producer in my fucking living room, eating my shrimp and my wine, enjoying my music, enjoying my dogs, enjoying my ambiance, talking about TV concepts for our community, which fell through, and girl, that's okay. I've been in contact with, we don't name drop because it don't even matter. But anyways, I just, you know, I love this. I love reality. I love being in front of the camera is where I come most alive, you know, and it's my happiest place.
Have you had contact with any of the past members of the show? Like I think Quentin, even Malcolm, or what was Alante? Yeah. Have you spoken to any of them? Because I know Quentin seemed to have, Quentin had issues with some of the people that you have issues with. So I don't know if, like, were you guys able to, like, have you ever spoke to him or anything like that?
Honey, let me tell you something. We ain't got to click up, but they know who the click is. I don't got to talk to that girl just because we don't like a same girl. Bitch, don't make us cool. And no shade to him, but that's just how I move. It's like, girl, just because you don't like that girl don't mean that, you know? With Timmy, it kind of was, because it was just kind of like, girl, these girls probably going to try to gang up after me after this, so I'm going to need to pull an ally. But it came in to be Timmy a fucking amazing friendship. And I love her. I love that bitch. Okay. She's so real. But yeah.
It's funny that, Damon, it's weird that you asked that question, because I have a question here for Noel. Basically, if you could switch, or if you could swap out anybody from season 2 with a cast member from season 1, who would you choose?
I would just switch these girls out with their boyfriends, honestly.
Okay.
I think their boyfriends would have a better grapple on the show than they would.
Okay.
You know, they could be the Peters.
We said that the Pussy Monsters need a show. So
yeah, I agree.
Very go.
They do. They
Okay.
do. And it's so
Yeah.
funny because like their energy is just so different from
It
everybody
is.
else's energy on the
Yeah.
show. Like
Yeah.
it's just so different. And like you can just
Okay.
tell how mature they seem or they come
Mhm.
across, even with Antonio
Yeah.
saying, like, I just had to get up and leave at the what was it?
Let me
David
tell you
Buster.
about that. Antonio, I love Antonio down. Like Antonio was telling me, he was like, "You gonna be fan favorite." He kept telling me that when I first met him. You know, he cursed me, Antonio. You gave it to Kevon. What's the boy name? Kevon, honey. But no, he used to be like, they always like, "Oh, you gonna be likable." Woody. And I'm like, literally, y'all know. Especially when I saw they wasn't bringing nothing, I was like, "Let me spice this shit up, girl. What you doing over there? You said this. Oh, you don't like to be called out. That upsets you. Now you don't want to fuck with me. Okay, I'm sorry. Still respect you though. You a black king walking, honey. Keep doing what you do. But no, it's like I feel like Antonio is amazing, but he kind of, tried to chime in, which I get. If me and your boyfriend is talking and your boyfriend is stumbling over his words because he's trying to backpedal on what he actually did or try to degrade the fact or the fact that you did it, with just the level of how you did it. I get that. You're protected. This is your man. This is who you fucking. This is who catching your nut. Congratulations.
Hey.
But if this is a show of between a party that I know that was supposed to be of 7 people, like mind you, I'm on strict production rules. Even with Kevon, I learned a lot. I thought this was gonna be way more structured than what it actually was, and I was like, ooh. So next season, y'all can get a whole better me.
It makes more sense that because I remember you said something about like why they bring in boyfriends, and like in my head when I first watched it, I was like, why does he care whether they brought their boyfriends or not? But because now that you say you're a part of production, it makes more sense for you to be like, hey, like, this is what it was supposed to be,
But but this is where the contradiction comes in at, because y'all remember seeing Travis right before we met with the Pink Wig brunch. He mentioned we bring in extra people. Woo. I only brought Joey because at that moment it showed that it was allowed that these girls could bring their boyfriend. And as I did, because Ra brought his boyfriend, but nobody complained. He an extra person. It's a 7-party cast people. The house husbands don't get paid of Real Housewives. They ain't got to feel seen. And when they had cast events, they in their own bubble. I catch this tea. The beginning of the season was structured off of Real Housewives of New Jersey, their latest season. When they did the intense moment, that was a last-minute decision amongst us, and Kevon executed that perfectly well. It built the suspense of what would have been an amazing season if this girls gave effort.
If they gave an effort, I cannot. So yeah,
but they want to be on live every weekend from their couch, honey, reaping talking about the same thing over and over again, like their mouth ain't dry.
Okay,
dry.
Can we fast forward to the Savannah trip? So you guys get to the house and the Kente clause, might I add. Whose idea was it for the cast to...
Let me tell you how this cast trip went. We all sent our money, honey. That Airbnb wasn't paid for one person. The only thing that the first person that sent their money was the one that was going to be given the opportunity to host the trip. So of course, Miss Motherfucking Ware, she sent her money because on TV, it's gonna give her the aesthetic of the Nene Leaks. I'm bringing the girls together. I'm whoop-de-whoop. I know everything that she doing, So she does that. We come. She's like she throws a theme on it. She's like African attire. So it was something about that email that I was just like I wasn't vibing with, and I was like, I'm not about to. This is a cast trip. Like if y'all want to be housewives so bad, we supposed to be dressed up in our cutest fashions. This is a cast trip. I'm not about to put on no African garments. And it's Valentine's weekend. And on Black History Month. Bitch, at least tell me I'm wearing pink. Because pink, I'm a flamingo, honey. So I wore motherfucking pink that represented, and at the day of, right before I came down, because I was getting dressed while they was eating, honey. It took me a little moment. So I came down, and right before I came down, I was like, oh, these bitches gonna be like, oh, you got on pink. What the woo? So I was like, be prepared. So I went and get my phone and I was like, African pink flamingo. And bitch, it popped up one, but I couldn't remember the name, but I brought it up to the table and edited it out. I was like, it's representing the African flamingos, honey. They was like, yes. I was like, That's why I came in. I was like, I know I'm cute. But when I got down there, I was not expecting that. right before I got dressed, I think D'Angelo had his hat on. And the way the house was set up, there were stairs right here, a little walkway to go into the dining room, and then it was the kitchen. And you could kind of see when the girls was running in circles. That's kind of how it was. It was just, a little whatever. So I came down right before I got dressed. She's standing there looking in the kitchen, and I don't know, like sometimes I really just don't let it stay in my mouth. I don't know if it's an intentional thing or my brain is just like, bitch, just say it. But I was like, ooh, these girls are dusty. And she like looked at me and I just walked away. And Kel was right there. We busted out laughing. And I know she was embarrassed. But I was like, this is why y'all let this boy embarrass y'all. A boy that repeats his fashion, y'all let him throw a theme on this for his safety. Come on now.
I want to get into your look though, because it was definitely giving me like Miami Vice. Like I feel like you pulled up in an El Camino or something. Like,
I want to do a Miami special, really cute. I might just develop one for somebody else, but I really want to do a Miami special. But I love Miami. I love flamingos because they're the tallest that stand above everyone, and I feel like my personality is just so like, I don't know. I know the power. I think it's my gift, and I've only become confident in that for like, I knew my personality was something my whole life, but I didn't become confident in that until I started working where I am. And I was having a conversation with my boss, and he was just like, your personality is really a gift. And I sat in that because I asked God, I was like, God, what's my gift? We got these people selling, clothes, like they getting their hustle, they doing this. And it's like, where's my niche? Where's my, my tap in? And so when he said that, I was like, oh. And that was another reason why I joined the show. Because I was like, I'm not wasting this personality for some niggas that ain't gonna deserve me and some friends that probably can't take. So, honey, I said, let me get in front of this camera. I don't know why I started YouTube. My sister been on me for years. And I just be like, I tried it 3 times. You can go to my channel and look at my evolution with YouTube. And you be like, okay. But I just be, if I don't see it instantly, honey, I'd be like, And that's a negative trait of mine, and I am working on fixing that. Ooh.
I think I have that same trait where it's like, if it's not perfect, then I'm like, oh, why did I just do this? But it's like, it takes time. You can't just do something and then be perfect at it. So I completely understand. But so who kissed Ty then?
Brian.
I
don't know why the girls dancing around it. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, because I'm just like, it can only be like 1 or 2 people, like, so
you see how people like the drag on thing.
Yeah.
And I even give Kevon a little thing of that because I'm like, he allowed us to do this, and he the producer to stand behind and be like, this is what I'm gonna show, this is what I'm not gonna show. So I told him about himself, but it's like we dragged it on. It's Brian.
And I like Ty, but I
Let's
just
move
like
forward.
That moment, I was just like, girl, just say it. Because I was just like, you mad at Mikhail for something that you did. Like, we don't care. Just say who did it. And then he's like, oh, I'm just gonna keep it on lock. Like, for what? Like, we don't care. So
Kel's a sweet soul. He literally operates in like, when he get mad, and we got footage of him going off on me a couple of times. Like my friends, I can take what I give. I know I'm a lot, and I know I can be stubborn in many ways. So all I ask of people, everybody, that's why people enjoy me, because it's like, I'm open to criticism. Like, help me become a better person, my nigga. Because if you don't like it, I know the next bitch ain't gonna like it. And I don't want to in the future. Like, come on, help a brother out. Help me. God, I'm not perfect.
Yes.
But yeah, he just don't be trying to like, he don't like the drama thing. So he didn't want to bring the boy name up, because he even stopped talking about it. He was like, well, he didn't have the notion to agree on us saying who he is on camera with you. Some of these girls know common decency. And I feel like Chasing Atlanta really like captivated that and put that in a bubble for us to really like, see 1.6 million viewers in a season. We got to give it up for them. We got to give it up. But I can honestly, because I watched the last season. I thought it was a well-produced season. I felt like everybody's storylines made sense. It was a lot of continuality. It was a lot of things that were amazing. And I even applied Chasing LA, because the girls may think it's trash, but I think it's entertainment. They make me laugh. They are funny for what it is and what it's worth. It's like, we got to stop giving so much critique to our community when it's like all these women have stolen our things, and now we have morphed to try to follow them when they're following us. We can't break that. We have to break that cycle of the women and male, comparison and that narrative. So
Right.
it's like, if we not critiquing these housewife shows, y'all got a multi-million-dollar budget for this season. You know, for cast and production and your production staff and all the things and incentives that go into that, from your motherfucking viewer heights and your high demo and your demographics and everything. There's so much money that goes into that show. So why are y'all dragging us with these boring ass storylines of Bolo? Why is Beverly Hills dragging a Puppygate storyline? Reality is supposed to be fresh. It's supposed to be evolving. It's supposed to be, I'm trying to keep on, won't listen to me, but if he filmed my life, it would be so lit. Because all of my relationships are so different.
Could you speak a little bit more about just, I'm always kind of, anytime I have the word army brat, the term army brat, I'm just like, ooh, somebody that like traveled around as like a child and just being like in a, yeah. So what was that like?
Fucking amazing. And I want to go back because America is just as dumb as these girls. And if I ever got enough money, honey, I would go right back to road to Spain, honey, and live in a villa and live off the beach. But it was amazing. I was fortunate. Oh, I thought that was Superhuman by Chris Brown and Carrie Hilson. I'm sorry. But
music
yeah,
I'm still so baffled
it's on
by
my
this.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't hear
Yeah,
anything.
it's on the Google system.
Okay.
It's Rag the Riches is playing that. Rag the Riches.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was Spain your favorite? That was your favorite place to live?
So yeah, Spain was my favorite place to live because it just reminded me of a sunny Southern California.
You speak a little Spanish?
So, oh honey, I was almost poppy. Immediately after Spain, we moved to like no break, no coming back to America, no being able to practice my craft. We moved to Japan. So that was a total culture shock.
Wow.
So like I was very, very good. And I hate it because it does come kind of easy to me once I kind of get it going.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I really need to take the time and do it. But I do want to do it because I know my husband's gonna be turned down by it.
You could be like a We Are the World. Like which Noel do you want? Do you want Japanese Noel? Do you want like,
I'm international.
Malaysian? Like
it's
Belgian?
Like But we moved to Japan and we moved to Okinawa, Japan, which is a coastal island off the coast of it. So it was very tropical, like so tropical. You had fucking like bamboo snakes and you had fucking fruit bats that were the size of fucking like tree branches, you know? But yeah, it was a wonderful experience. I have a couple of friends here that used to live there and I haven't seen Bree. She used to be my best friend. She's actually the one that introduced me to Nicki Minaj. Back in like the 9th grade, we were in Kadena High School in Okinawa, Japan, on Kadena Air Force Base, and we were in gym class, and she was like, or we were in the gym. I don't know if it was like for cheer or for fucking track, but she was like, oh, I got this song, woo, 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 and I was like, hey, girl, and she was like, it's not that gay though. Who is it? And so she was like, listen to this, and it was.
I'm screaming. Wait, not me thinking she actually introduced you to the Nicki Minaj in person. I was like, and then you said gym class, Okinawa, Japan. I'm like, Nicki, like,
haven't you forgotten?
I was like, wait, how did this?
Oh, I'm Nicki Minaj. Look at the lean and what it was.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Okay.
But yeah, life was amazing for me growing up. I moved to Arkansas. Literally, I got kicked out of Japan because I used to pop pills and fucking skip school, sneak out the house. Out
How
the
old were you?
Window. Shit. My first year, I was up until 17.
Okay.
I turned 18 in Arkansas.
So living in Japan, like how was that? I mean, obviously, as a Black person, like Japanese, like they're not, like you're a minority here as well, but like I feel like it's even more of a culture shock because there's even less of a Black population. So how was that? Like,
I would say in Spain it was different because the Spanish girls love Black men. Everybody loves Black babies. We had a Spanish nanny. Her name was Tote. If you go to my Facebook, she still
say Black men cater to Spanish girls.
How did I know you was gonna say that? How did I know you was gonna say that?
Look, Sis Santana said it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Noel said the Spanish girl loves Black men. San Santana said black man can cater to Spanish girls. Is,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Santana the GOAT. So they love that dynamic. But in Japan, it's a little bit different because Okinawans, since it is a small island, they don't like to be called, inland Japan. They don't like to be called mainland. But Okinawans, they did not like Americans because the soldiers that go there, because Okinawa is filled with a Navy base, a Marine base, and an Air Force base. Now, the Air Force base and the school I went to was the biggest school in Dodge. And honey, I was the star at that school, honey.
She's the queen bee, the star. Those other two are just her little workers.
But that's why I was got in so much trouble because I thought everybody fucked with me. But like so that fucking situation happened, and they don't like American men because they is what I'm trying to get to. Yeah. And so, it just becomes like towards a hatred thing where they would both places, they would protest outside the borders of the gate, and the base would be on like lockdown where nobody can go. We can only do in-source, which is still good because it's like a whole American world on the inside. Schools, grocery stores, Best Buys, it's extravagant. Neighborhoods. So it really wasn't different for me or a culture shock to answer your question, Troy. Because it was just like I grew up around so many types of different people, It's like my Facebook list, which is that's the first social media I had, is just filled with so many types of people that live everywhere, and it's people that I've shared amazing memories with.
So this reunion, how did you feel going into the reunion? Were you like, I'm over this, or were you like, I'm ready to get these girls together, or how did you feel?
Over it. Because I'm tired of talking about it. Like when I tell y'all, like this is like the period, I ain't doing no live. I ain't responding. Like I'm so tired of people saying stuff on the media about, trying to spin these narratives. And it was just going into that reunion, I was over it. I knew we were there to do it. I knew I looked good. So I felt confident, but I wasn't going to let nothing bother me. I think you even hear me say, I'm about to go eat wings after this. And I was like, y'all over there mad at me, trying to attack me. I'm about to go eat wings after this. Like, it was just like, it was just, I just didn't care. And I definitely like, y'all heard me screaming in the video, but I was screaming because there's some big bitches. That was like 6,000 pounds.
Listen, when they fell on that furniture.
Oh my God.
You wasn't about to pop out my sequin, honey. I was in heels and my feet was hurt. I had to take my heels off after like we finished cleaning, and I was walking barefoot because of my feet hurt, and I was walking like a grandma. Like I wasn't, y'all wasn't about to tackle me. I'm still very much, you ain't about to break this up.
It sounded like something from like
Unless
a
I'm ready
movie,
to break.
when people crashed you like a wall or something. That's what it sounded like. I was like,
that was a lot. It was like that. It was like that. We were all just so shocked.
Yeah.
We were all so shocked. We were all on the inside because, both parties had left. Everybody was like, damn, Leon got his ass beat. It was like, how you swing and miss? And it just to be like, oh, Timmy got his ass. It's just weird energy, y'all. So I was over it.
Was there tension when Timmy arrived to like the reunion? Because there was kind of like a little weird edit where the part one, it ended with you and Travis kind of in a debate, kind of like an argument. And then I was kind of expecting that to resume when part two started, but Timmy arrived. But was there tension when Timmy got there, or was there tension between you and Travis, or like
no? When I tell y'all, everybody was a little irritated with Travis. I think because when the reunion was supposed to start at a certain time, we didn't have time to film what we wanted to film because he in his dressing room talking about, I'm the big and tall section around the world for his Instagram content.
Sleep. I don't know about sleep. It's summertime. Oh, she called me.
And so like the host was upset. Everybody in the audience was just like, what the fuck? I'm home. I'm ready to go eat some fucking wings. They had JJ's fish and chicken there, which I ate. I did, 'cause I love me some chicken. But I wanted some touchdown wings, especially if I was gonna be, spearing the makeup, honey. I had it done. So I was just like, no. So yeah, it was like nobody really was like, it was still cool. Like I was focused on production. My mindset was production. I'm in heels and glitter and gloves, and I'm moving furniture like I'm a motherfucking moving man. By myself, because instantly when I got there, I didn't know we dropped 5 cameras and 5 cameramen. So instantly when I got there, he was like, he looked stressed. And I said, what's wrong? And I was like, what do we need to do? Like, what left is to be done? And because mind you, I come in every scene, I'm setting it up. I'm directing that motherfucker. Hey, don't talk right now. That truck going by, you want to be heard. That's the delivery the girls didn't like. So that's the backstory on the delivery aspect. They didn't like how I would just insert myself in the middle of a scene just to make sure that the quality of the scene was going to be good, because they believed that anything could be fixed. And Dave and Buster's, we didn't have mics. We didn't get mics until the very, very end of the season. So they was yelling at me, they could fix it. No, they can't. He in the editing room trying to figure out that's why so much stuff getting chopped. So he fixed it by getting mics. You know, he's very like in tune with his gift. He gonna do this and he gonna figure it out. But he went and got mics for that factor and, you know, tried to learning how to work it or whatever. But yeah, nobody was fucked up. And then Timmy popped up while we were filming, like right before me and Travis got into it. And it was cool. Like he came and sat down. Like it's really weird. Like even in Savannah, like the energy was really good before the cameras came on. Like Timmy was like, he was about to come sit by me. That's why when Travis was on the other side of the room and Timmy was there, and
Timmy spoke about that.
Yeah. Get the chair, don't get the man. You trying to push this narrative. Get the chair and don't get the man, sis. Oof. So, and right after he met Leon, we all came down to the table because mind you, he came in on a good time. We always have a good time when we all together. It's just what they try to do once these cameras shut off, and then what they decide to remember when the cameras come back on. So it's just that's the only thing. I don't take away from anybody. I just want them to just know how to do this properly if you're gonna do it. So the energy was good at the reunion when Timmy showed up. And it just, when the camera's going, it just always goes left. And that's why I was going off on Damien at his house, because I was drunk. Y'all might see I walked in with a cup. I was sick of Damien because it was like I had gotten some background information from production. I had gotten some background information and I wasn't pleased about it. And I was just like, you know what, this isn't cool. Woo. So I popped up at Damien's house because I was like, the thing with Damien, you can't prepare Damien for conversation. Damien does not like to be hit with the unexpected. He likes to be brief so he can know how to resume. Because Damien A doesn't want to get out of character, and Damien don't want to slip on his word. So I was like, you know what? This is reality. I'm about to walk up in here. I got this liquor courage. I got my Apollos on because they ain't about to say I'm on coke. And I was like, and we had to have a scene. I came into that scene on my Tommy shit. I said, I'm going in on my Tommy shit.
You doing Tommy, babe?
That's why I walked in the kitchen immediately. And so we was like, so I'm like, you know what? I'm about to call you out. So we really had a really crazy scene that night. Like he was like, we gonna work on a relationship. I was like, we gonna work on a friendship. That's why the girls was running. After that scene is when I told the girls what happened when us three sat down, and then they were trying to run the tea to Damien right after. Like me and Damien ain't got no real friendship.
Yeah, that was so weird. And then honestly, it made them look bad. It made them look bad to me because it was like just the way they said it was so like casual. And then it's like, I don't know, you could see kind of like the embarrassment and hurt on Damien's face, like at the dinner. So it was just like, ooh, like y'all could
wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. And then at the reunion, they flipped it. They made it seem like he was just trying to sleep with you. So I was kind of confused. So I don't know, like
I'd be confused too, y'all. That's why I'm here to make stuff make sense. Because I'm tired of people being confused. We're gonna talk about the real. I'm all about the real. I can't say it if it ain't real.
Hey, here we go. So this fight between Leon and Timmy, so I guess it's obvious they both followed each other and liked some pics. Okay. But I guess the issue was that Timmy was saying that they had talked in the DMs, and he had even prefaced it by saying that he wasn't trying to flirt with him. They were just talking. But Leon was like, no, we weren't. And so then they started fighting. So I was just confused as to why they started fighting. Cause I'm like, well, he's not saying that you were trying to talk to him. He's just saying that y'all were messaging, but
now you just kind of broke it down. You wanted a moment and you created a moment and missed. That's the thing that's in it. Like y'all see D'Angelo brought to my attention. They said it was DMs. I just knew about the liking. I knew they got each other's information in Savannah. When they did that, because Travis made a scene, he didn't make it like a loud scene, but he like walked away from the group and like removed himself Cameras were off. You know, he was really disgruntled about something, or a pterodactyl. And so it was just, you know, it was a little weird.
Not pterodactyl.
When that got brought up, it was like they were accusing him of something that he didn't say he did. And it was like when one person says something, everybody else decides to piggyback on it. That was another reason why I was jumping on Damien at his house. Stop doing that. You telling me you understand, you on this side, you whoop, but then the way you reference it to them is a totally different story. So now we all confused. That's why I left at the pink wig thing. Because I said, damn, you told me that they said something on camera. You told me that they said something on camera. They saying they didn't say nothing on camera. We see footage of something being said, but the story is not including that. So it's making it seem like nothing, like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, it's causing a bunch of confusion.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was like, you know what? I can't sit here and yell at y'all because now I'm just confused. I need to watch it back. And so that's why I told Travis on the balcony, I said, you so worried about this brunch, watch it back. And clearly he was upset at the brunch because he apparently called D'Angelo and they got into it when the episode aired. So it was like, it was just like, y'all are bothered by things, but y'all don't want to admit it, but y'all admit to filming a show, but y'all not realizing that it's a reality show. And y'all not realizing that this show is more about finding relationships. Stop putting the show in a box. We can never evolve in a box. A dating show, are you replaced this season? Are you back this season, sweetie? It's not a dating show. A dating show would be y'all two on the show, me on the show. Oh, we new to this. Hey, this is our Atlanta. This is our dating advice. That's originally what I thought it was. But when he told me instantly, when we did my first interview, is when we realized what it was. He showed me the background. You know, the backgrounds were very loved in hip hop and everywhere last season. He wanted a living room background. He wanted to go into the housewives direction, but instead of focusing it on women, focusing on stealing the concept that was stolen from us and focusing it on fucking or I'm sorry, not the concept, because it was not stolen from us. It's just what goes into the concept.
Yeah.
He wanted it to be like a relationship driven show. So whether you're in a relationship, you're single, you just got out of a relationship and you're just got out of a fucking depression and you're willing to film the show after that depression to get your groove back. That's what that show was supposed to be about. I didn't know I was gonna have to come and help. He didn't know that he wasn't gonna get, you know, lackluster effort. We trying to do a job that nobody's trying to do, and it's coming out the way it's coming out.
I feel like that's definitely a defect of the show, especially considering when you look at like Chasing Atlanta or G Status, like they kind of have things to do, whereas this show, it's like, what do you?
It's easy.
Do?
No, it's easy. The concept of the shit we do for love is easy. That's why I joined the show. I fell in love with the concept. It's about the relationship driven. Whether it's your cousin, your sister, your mama, your daddy, it's your experience as a gay man and your relationships amongst your experience with your gay man. It's not about dating. That's why it's a show of 7 men that were supposed to work on, that was our only job. Work on the relationship outside yourselves, but also work on your relationship within yourselves. Now, I can say they probably was misinformed. They probably, you know, they claimed this OG status that they give themselves so early and don't deserve. Y'all don't even know how to do the game. Y'all don't even know how to film the show. How you an OG? Stop trying to chase in Atlanta. Stop trying to be the power of 3. Stop trying to do all of these things that mimic other people and be yourself. Because at this point, it's starting to look weird because you're trying to be other gay personalities when there's all room for all of us. I see y'all show exceeding that. I was telling, I have a marketing best friend. She's that's her career, honey. She made real good money with it, honey. She worked with big brands, you know?
Yes.
And I was telling her about, you know, the opportunity. And that's why I love her, because we live in the same apartment. She make a whole lot of money. What's my difference from her difference? You know, I ain't got to live to everybody else's means. I ain't got to live black. I'm going to be a slavery all my life. No, I'm about to take this sacrifice right now, pay this expensive but cheap rent, and I'm going to push through, honey, because in a couple of years, y'all going to see me. You said it. What version of Maddie do you want? Spanish, Japanese, Canada, England, Africa, Hawaii. And I've been counting the countries that my fans have been reaching out from. And I'm like, it's growing somewhere. The seeds are landing. So that's my gratitude out the season. My seeds are landing because it's bigger than this. I'm trying to have an effect on our younger generation. I'm trying to empower them. They ain't got no guidance. They got us fucking bickering about somebody renting a boyfriend. we should have embraced the fact that Travis is a big girl and she got a man. That's not seen.
See, and I feel like that, when you explain it like that, like I kind of figured as the season was going on, I'm like, okay, this isn't the show that I pictured it to be, which is fine. It's not my show. I'm not producing it. But I do wish there was more language or more like, you know, focus on that. Like, okay, we're going to focus on these relationships that these gay Black men have in their lives, whether, like you said, it's their boyfriend, their mom, their best friend, whoever. I wish there was more emphasis on that, because we kind of lead with like, you know, this he said, she said drama. So it's like we're only getting like part of what you would get from like Chasing Atlanta, you know?
Exactly. It's not making sense. Yeah.
But I do commend Kevon for trying again. And like, of course, this is a stepping stone for another season. So you know.
Because I feel like it's good quality. You ask me, I've always been a girl to say bring them all back. Even when we started talking about playing with the conversation of casting, because that's something that we love to do. That's why me and Kevon gravitate to each other. We love to think about ways to evolve the show. Some of these girls was getting the cut one week, you know, staying the next, you know. But it's like he knows the vision that he has for this show. I'm not here to take away nothing from this man. I'm only just trying to use my talents for free, because the Bible says, once you give out, you shall receive. I'm giving my talents and my energy to this man. He's getting more views from my talents and my energy. His aesthetic has risen from my talents and my energy. And I can only advise him to perfect the editing. So it's like, my life is already so busy and so full to have to sit around and keep explaining the things that we keep talking about with the same people that still, you know, it's kind of like, it's like a crab in a bucket. Right. And I don't like that. That's why I left Little Rock. Because I was like, clearly there's no advancement for me in entertainment operating out of Little Rock. People want to talk, and I got to figure out how to get that. Whether I'm going to go to LA or whether I'm going to go to Atlanta. Well, Atlanta look a lot more cheaper. But I really wanted to go to Houston because I love Texas. But needless to say, I'm in Atlanta and I'm happy, I'm blessed. But yeah, so it's like,
you love Houston, so we know there's a show in Houston.
Don't do that yet.
Would you
do not do that yet?
I'm just asking a question. I can't ask a question.
You know, go right ahead.
How have you seen Real Housewives of Houston? What would you think of joining that cast? How would you, you know?
Oh God,
I'm a total fan of Real Housewives Houston.
Okay.
Let me just say this: I'm a big fan for all the creatives out there putting shit out.
Right.
Like
absolutely.
It's amazing. Y'all are doing the damn thing. Coming soon. Like y'all are doing it. Bravo to y'all. It's a job to do, and y'all are doing it well.
Right.
That goes for talent, and that goes for production. But for Real Housewives of Houston, I'm a total fan. I love Lash. He is so funny. August is hilarious. You know, they be just running the girls, but the girls be coming with it. That's why I love Houston. Because you ain't gonna run me, honey. That's the energy I like. You ain't gonna run me, honey. You know, you ain't gonna throw no water in my face and think you about to walk away from this. Bitch, no, you better bring that ass here, boy. Because as my ass, I'm trying to fucking clear the water out of my eyes. I'm swinging. You know, so they just give it, and I would definitely like. Oh, I don't know, because I teeter with the thought of moving to Texas like on an every other month basis. Because I love it. My parents are in Texas. My family's in Texas. You know, and like my family's so spread out, but like my mom is in Texas, you know, my dad is in Arkansas. It's a good drive. And I don't know. I used to always love Texas when I always went, you know, throughout my gay career. Like I've been in this gay community for like 10 years. 10 fucking years, y'all. I can't believe it. So it's like I've been around so many. That's why I say about Arkansas, like Little Rock. It's the Hillary Clinton city. So don't think that it's fucking cousins. But it's the Hillary Clinton city, honey. So it's real classy and it's real like the girls come with some prestige, right?
Okay.
So that I honestly say Little Rock, Arkansas, for the 7 years that I lived in that city, it created a great fucking person because I felt like that's the training ground for like being in public or, you know, people hating on you in private. You know, between the love and hate, like this show isn't the first time people would be like spot me out in the mall and be like, oh my God, people stare at me because they think I look like somebody. So I'm like, I know I got a face. I'm just waiting for people to realize the name.
Put the name to the face, yes.
Put the name to the face. Because it's like, but you know, people people are just so dope. And I just feel like Little Rock really helped me like come and just manage these girls. Cause clearly they ain't been gay for too long. I know how the gays work. I know how they operate. I know what they talk about. I know how they suck the dick. I know how they throw it back, honey. We've gotten so bad that I haven't seen the OnlyFans thing at 80 million times before OnlyFans even got branded. You know,
You said
so
I am a
like,
professor of this, okay?
okay,
Like,
it's just whatever. You see it all. You know, I've been with every type of men with money, men with no money, honey. And at the end of the day, they all love me. It ain't hard for me to find a man, y'all. Let me make this clear, because the girls keep trying to put this narrative. Mind you, I keep saying, this ain't my dating show. So you keep thinking you assaulting me, talking about something, oh, you supposed to find love. Nah, honey, I'm running from men. The last 10 years of my life have evolved around men. This is the first time in my life that I get to grab my life and do the things that please me instead of trying to adapt to be somebody's trophy husband again. Come on now. A fucking man wanted to fucking go do his doctoral at fucking Harvard and wanted me to fucking move up there and be some prestige community bitch. What do I look like being some prestige community bitch?
I would love to see that movie though. That would be a hilarious movie. Like
it'll be like fucking Elvis. I'm like, what is this?
But yeah, no, like thank you so much for like, speaking with us. Like
yes, thank you. Like we really enjoyed you. Like
a breath of fresh
so
air.
much fun.
So
y'all gonna stop having these boring people on y'all show. Y'all worth more than that. People that come in and try to shy away from questions. Now, if y'all can't get people that's gonna give y'all what y'all need, y'all leave them off and y'all stick with the duo, honey. Because y'all deliver just as equally. Between y'all, y'all be throwing out them little videos on the side. They be like, boo, boo, boo. I be like, oh my God.
I have the mind of a mastermind. What's that? I don't know, but I'm so creative like that.
Yes,
it gives me the adrenaline I need, especially like this in the morning time and I'm having my cup of coffee and I'm like, I'm really curious because I'm always curious on y'all perspective on things. Y'all always look for a KII CARRY drop, honey.
Yes.
When we see and we carry.
Yes. Absolutely. Always.
And that's on
Carry. I'm more of the key, he's more of the carry.
I love it. Regardless, I love it, honey. Because I like to talk. Put y'all on the show. Let's do a thing. Come to Atlanta. We about to chop it up. I love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing for our community. Y'all keep unifying. Like, I love the fact that y'all are cousins because that's a perspective that's needed. Like,
thank you.
Me and my cousin got to come on and cackle with y'all because we gonna have a really good day.
You are
always
welcome
back.
Yes.
And he a hetero.
Really?
Yes.
Real interesting.
Yeah. I can't want to lie, honey. But y'all do a lot and I love it. And I just think that, keep going. Y'all know I talk a lot, but I'm gonna end it on that. Keep motherfucking going. And buy ApolloByFerguson.com. Buy the space, honey. You got the whole collection out here. And the summertime drop is coming soon. I just got to get it together, y'all. See, I got a little mini studio, got a big one to live on. That's why I ain't got no furniture. But we producing over here, honey. Worry about those coins y'all ain't getting.
All right, well, we will see y'all in the next one.
Yes.